All right, you know this song. I mean, who doesn't? You've definitely sung along to it. But have you ever really stopped to think about what makes Elvis Presley's Burning Love so incredibly powerful? It's not just some classic oldie. It's this brilliant little machine perfectly designed to make you feel something deep in your gut. So let's do it. Let's pop the hood and see exactly how this engine runs. So here's the big question we're tackling. How does a song take an abstract idea, like desire, and turn it into something that feels like a real physical event happening inside your body? The entire blueprint is right here, encoded in this one song, and we're about to crack it wide open. To find the answer, we need a key, and our key is this one concept, embodiment. This is the secret weapon of burning love. It's the art of taking a feeling you can't see or touch and presenting it as a physical reaction, a racing heart, a rising temperature. See, the song doesn't just tell you about love, it makes you feel the actual symptoms. So let's start at the very core of this thing, the heart of the engine, its central metaphor. This is where that physical feeling really begins to take shape. What's so amazing is how direct the song is. There's no fancy poetic language. It just takes the oldest metaphor for passion in the book, fire, and breaks it down into raw physical elements. Love isn't some fuzzy idea here. It's straight up physical combustion. And that makes the feeling seem not just urgent, but absolutely undeniable. And here's where it gets really clever. The fire metaphor, it's a little ambiguous, isn't it? Is this fire a good thing? I mean, it could be the wonderful warmth of passion and attraction, or it could be the danger of a fire burning totally out of control. The song sounds like a party, but that little hint of excess, of losing control, well, that's what makes it so thrilling. Okay, so we've got our central metaphor, fire. But how does the song actually build it? Let's dig into the lyrics, because they're the blueprint. They are literally the instructions turning the idea of fire into a script for the body. You can see the translation process right here, plain as day. Abstract feelings on the left become concrete, physical sensations on the right. It's a direct swap. Love isn't a feeling, it's a burning sensation. Desire isn't an emotion, it's a rising temperature. The song isn't telling you how the singer feels, it's reporting the physical data coming straight from his body. The lyrics pull this off using three really specific tricks. First, you've got compression. Heat becomes a simple, powerful shorthand for intense emotion. Second, there's acceleration. This isn't a song about just being in love. It's about the feeling getting stronger and hotter and faster, moment by moment. And finally, and this is key, involuntariness. A racing pulse just feels more authentic than saying, "I love you," because it seems like something that's happening to you, something totally beyond your control. So, a blueprint is just paper until someone actually builds the thing, right? The words are the plan, but it's the performance that lights the match. And that brings us to the spark. Elvis Presley's voice. His delivery here is just a masterclass. First, check out the attack. He hits those notes with this incredible force that just screams urgency. Then, listen for the grain in his voice, that little bit of roughness that makes the feeling sound so real and textured, not all polished and perfect. And finally, his phrasing. Man, it's like he's walking a tightrope between perfect, disciplined control and the thrilling sense that he could just lose it at any second. And that right there is the magic trick. Because of how he performs it, the singer isn't just a narrator telling us about a fire. He is a man standing inside the fire. His voice actually sounds like it's being affected by the heat he's singing about. It turns the song from a simple description into a live unfolding event. Okay, so we've got the blueprint in the lyrics and the spark from the voice. Now we just need the fuel. The final piece of this puzzle is the musical arrangement itself, the engine that gives the song its unstoppable forward motion. The music is built like a high-performance engine. You've got the rhythm section laying down this relentless driving pulse. Then you have that iconic guitar riff repeating over and over, just building and sustaining the pressure. And crucially, Elvis's voice isn't just floating over the top of it all. No, it's locked right into that groove, fusing the emotion of desire with pure physical motion. And what's the ultimate effect of this whole machine? It comes down to one word: acceleration. Every single element, the words, the voice, the beat, is designed to make that feeling intensify, to make it feel like it's constantly picking up speed. So in the end, the music's job is to make the feeling move. It takes that internal sensation of rising heat and gives it an external physical momentum. It makes desire kinetic, something you can actually feel in your body as pure, unstoppable energy. It's that incredible combination of words, voice, and music that explains why this song wasn't just another hit in 1972, it's why it became a true, enduring cultural icon. So let's zoom out for a second and look at its journey. What's so fascinating is that this song actually had a life before Elvis. It was written by Dennis Linde and first laid down on tape by the R&B singer Arthur Alexander. But it was Elvis's performance with that specific explosive combination of vocal power and musical drive that turned it into the definitive version we all know and love today. And you have to remember, the timing was just everything. In the early 70s, some people were already starting to write Elvis off as a Vegas act. Burning Love was this massive, powerful rebuttal. It was a huge hit that proved, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that he still had that raw, charismatic, rock and roll energy that made him a global star in the first place. It completely messes with any simple story of his decline. So why is it still everywhere? Well, first, it keeps moving across different media, from the radio to his concerts to film soundtracks, over and over. And every time it appears in a new context, it gets reframed a little. And finally, it's been curated. It's been deliberately chosen. When people want to capture the raw power of Elvis in a single track, Burning Love is almost always the one they reach for. It's become this perfect, compact symbol of his incredible, enduring force. So there you have it, the anatomy of a feeling. We've taken the machine apart and seen exactly how it's built from the inside out. You start with a clear lyrical blueprint that turns emotion into physical sensation. You add a vocal performance that acts as the spark, and then you pour on the musical arrangement, which is the fuel for an absolutely unstoppable fire. And that brings us to the final thought. Now that you can see the architecture behind Burning Love, now that you know how the fire is built, what happens when you start applying the same lens to other music? What other songs out there are secretly building a feeling, piece by piece, right in front of your ears? Listen closely. You might be really surprised at the incredible little machines you start to find.